Yo, what's up? Max here, and in this video we'll be speaking about why money is not evil. This video is for you if you want to make a lot of money, but this video is also for you if you have trouble, in your friend circle or your family, kind of admitting that you want to have a lot of money. If it's hard for you to go against the mainstream narrative of if you're rich, you're probably an evil person, you're probably scamming people, or everybody who says money doesn't buy you happiness. It doesn't buy you happiness, but money does a lot of other really good things for you, and it actually also helps you become a better person. We're gonna crack into the details now. Let's roll.
Have you ever wondered whether there's more to life than a boring dead-end 9-to-5 job? Have you ever dreamed about breaking free, traveling the world, making good money, and just enjoying life? No more office dress code, no morning commute, no boss. This channel is for you, so here's to your freedom.
And I want to begin with a very interesting story that you might have heard. But before that, I want to talk about money equals value. Okay, you've heard me say this over and over again, money equals value. You cannot successfully scam your way to making a lot of money consistently. Okay, sure, there's certain things you can do to scam people on a short term, like BitConnect and stuff like that. But over long term, you cannot generate a long-term high income by scamming or lying to people. You gotta understand that. Money follows value. The more value you give to your clients, the more money you will get. There's no other way around that. Okay? Now, let me crack into that story, and you might have heard that before. I'm just gonna paraphrase it. There's a story of this fisherman, chilling, relaxing on the beach, after a hard work day as a fisherman, and this corporate dude in a suit comes over and is like, "Oh, hey fisherman, what are you doing?" He's like, "Well, I'm enjoying my day after working hard, after taking the boat out." And the corporate guy says, "Well, why don't you take your boat out again, and then you would make double the money instead of just chilling here. And then after that, after you make double the money, you could do that, you could proceed with that over a couple of weeks, and then you can afford a second boat, and then you can hire people, and then you make even more money, and then you have the second boat, and then after that, if you keep working really hard and you keep expanding, maybe you get a whole fleet, and then you have all these other things, and then the whole fleet goes out, takes fishing, and you all have more money, and it's all great, right?" And then the fisherman asks him, and then what am I going to do then? And the corporate guy says, "Well, and then you can relax on the beach and enjoy your day off." And the fisherman then says, "Well, I'm already doing that right now." Right? Wonderful story. Truth about happiness. Money doesn't buy you happiness. Absolutely not. Money doesn't buy you happiness. It's a little bit of a romantic story though, if you think about that. And if you think about the real application in the real world, so yeah, that's a wonderfully little romantic idea, right? You can relax on the beach out there, but just living day to day and being free, that's great, right? But let's look at the real life implications of that. What happens if our little friend, the fisherman, has a daughter and the daughter gets sick? And the hospital bills pile up, and he's like, "Sorry, daughter, I don't have money to pay for your treatment. Goodbye." What happens when there's going to be sanctions in this country? Certain regulations that don't allow him to do the fisher job anymore. He has no income. He has no buffer of money that he can go back to while he's finding something else. What happens when the taxes increase? What happens when? If you really look at it from a logical, real-life applicable standpoint, this person is not really doing the right thing by saying, "I can already relax there." This is unfortunately the real world. Money can do a lot of great things for you, which brings you to the next point. Money equals safety. Safety. Because again, what are you going to do when a loved one or you yourself gets sick? It could be that you live in a socialistic country, such as Austria, Germany, etc., and your insurance pays for you. But what if you live in the States? You can't afford proper insurance. You can't afford surgery. I know of people that literally had an accident and didn't want to call a goddamn ambulance because they couldn't afford it. Great, right? But at least you can enjoy your days watching the sunrise every day and enjoying not having a lot of money. Again, money equals safety, okay? Now, money can't cure diseases. Absolutely not. But it can afford you proper treatment. Okay? Money can afford you going to private clinics where the doctor spends more time with you. Money can afford you better supplements, healthier food, better health. That's what money does to you. Money equals safety, okay? But also it equals safety in an economic aspect, okay? What are you going to do when you lose your job and it's a low-paid job? Well, you got to find another job very quickly. What if you lose your job but you had a high income? You have a buffer, okay, that gets you through the months, maybe even years, where you don't have a job yet, so you can find something that you really, really like. Money is not evil. It's opportunity for you. Money equals freedom. That's the next point. Without freedom, okay, so again, money equals freedom. With a lot of freedom, you can travel the world. You can spend more time with your loved ones. You can gather real experiences alone with your loved ones, right? Again, one of the nicest things I've ever done with money is not buying a $13,000 Rolex, buying a MacBook, buying the newest iPhone every time it comes out. I don't give a damn about any of that. It's nice. It helps me. But one of the nicest things I've ever done with money is take my dad on a trip together with me. We were driving through Scotland. We rented a dope car. We drove around. And it was just me and him bonding. And it was during the week where everybody else would have to go to their office. But me having enough money, having enough wealthy income allowed me to do that. Okay? Traveling with friends, with loved ones, all these experiences, it can't be done without money. Sure, you can do, the budget backpacking through Thailand, but in all honesty, it's much more comfortable to sit in business class or first class than to sit on a cheap airline flight. It's much more comfortable driving a cool car with your dad and, racing around a little bit than driving in a cheap budget car. It's much more comfortable to take your son or your daughter on a nice trip where you can really provide your child with cool experiences and not putting pressure on your child saying, I'm sorry, I can't afford that, we can't do that, don't eat that ice cream, we're not gonna buy you that ice cream, we don't have a lot of money. It's not so nice growing up poor. Not for you, definitely also not for your children. Okay? Money equals freedom. And also, there is no honor in being poor. This is the complete contrary from what the mainstream tries to tell you. Oh, this guy's rich, he thinks he's better than you, he does this, he does that. Where's the honor in being poor? Oh, I am poor, that's great. I don't think so. I don't think there's a lot of honor in being poor. There's not honor in being rich either. But many people kind of make it something honorable that they don't have a lot of money. Because again, they're putting themselves at risk. They're putting their family at risk. They don't have a lot of great experiences. They're living their life, dying slowly but steadily. Sure, there's a lot of experiences that are for free. Again, hanging out with your dad is something that is for free. I can hang out with my dad all the time. But I can hang out with my dad when it counts because I don't have any responsibilities. I have to show up at the office. For example, right now my grandmother, she's 95 or 96 years old. She just had her 96th birthday. And she had her birthday, and she lives in Austria. I'm in Kiev right now. I could afford just saying, hey, for her birthday, I'm gonna fly in because she's 96. How many more birthdays is she gonna have? I don't have a boss that I have to report to. Can I please go visit my damn grandmother's 96th birthday? No, I just book a flight and I go there. And oftentimes I have to think about, okay, what happens when she dies? That phone call is gonna come in, and it's gonna be my dad, and he's gonna be very sad, maybe he's going to be crying, and he's going to say, grandma didn't make it and she's gone now. And as uncomfortable of a thought that is, I always have a little bit of comfort in the back of my head that says I can go there, I can visit her funeral, and no matter when it's going to be, I can have the freedom to do that. When something happens to my sister, I can go there. I can take all my money and pour it into the treatment if she has something. That's safety. That's what money is. Sure, there's evil people out there doing a lot of evil things with money, but it's not money that makes them evil. There's a lot of good people out there that can do a lot of good things with money. Okay? What is it that you want to do with money? What things that can make you free? What are the things that can make you a better person? What experiences can you have with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, with your spouse, with your children, with your family? And what type of money would allow you doing these things? That is what money is for me. It's freedom, it's safety, it's great experiences, okay? A good million versus a bad million. You've heard me talk about this before, okay? What is a bad million? A bad million is, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're a finance consultant. You might make $1 million a year. But for what price? How many hours do you have to spend per week hustling, working? 80 hours, sometimes 100 hours per week, 48-hour shifts, 24-hour shifts. It's not a good million, man. My friend, it's not a good million. What is a good million? Maybe even just 500,000. Let's say 500,000, 100,000 a year. But this money you make on your own, being free, being your own boss, right? Let's say you have your own coaching, consulting, service-based business. You're doing everything online. You're working on your laptop, on your phone. You're sitting at Starbucks, logging into the Wi-Fi there. That's the true freedom. That is the good type of million that I always want to make, and not the bad type of million. Okay? I know a lot of millionaires that are miserable, and I know a lot of millionaires that are very happy. And the millionaires that are happy are always those that are free. Understand that. Okay? The best way to make money nowadays in the way of having it by your freedom, being free, is by being an online coach, online consultant, or online service provider. Why? Because number one, you can deliver your expertise online, you know? Skype video calls, Zoom video calls, Excel sheets, messengers, all these things. You can literally teach your clients online. You can be anywhere. I teach my clients all the time. So I have clients in Hawaii, I have clients in Singapore, I have clients in New York, I have clients in LA, I have clients in Berlin, Amsterdam, somewhere in Scandinavia. It doesn't matter where they are. I can teach them with this. I can teach them. In January, I was in, where was that? Koh Phi Phi in Thailand. Because it was too cold in Europe, I just went there and I had my phone and I would get up and reply to my clients and jump on calls. That's wonderful. That's freedom, right? Now, on the other hand, why is it good to become an online coach, online consultant, online service provider? Because you can get your clients online, right? Well, back in the days, you were an expert. Let's say, I give this example all the time, like you're an expert in Berlin, right? You help people how to overcome shyness and you're in Berlin. Okay, you had a potential pool of clients in Berlin and that was a very finite pool. Nowadays, you can reach everybody around the world. Anybody that you can truly help, that you can truly give value, right? Money follows value, can nowadays be reached. Use stuff like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook groups, LinkedIn, Reddit, all full of clients. It's insane. Most of my clients that we're helping getting their own businesses started as online coaches, online consultants, online service providers, they don't even have a website yet. They don't need no big social media following, nothing. They can literally get their clients from their own network. How crazy is that? They can get their clients just from online without a website, without a big social media presence. You just need to know what to do. But I digress. Again, money equals freedom. Money is not evil. Money allows you to live life to the fullest. Spend quality time with your loved ones. And also, it provides you safety. It never provides you 100% safety. Nothing in this world does. But it provides you more safety than being poor. So, I hope I could give you a little bit of more insight and maybe change your mind a little bit that money is not evil. And that you wanting to make money is not evil either. Admit it. Tell your friends, tell your family, hey, I want to make a lot of money. I want to become rich. Or at least I want to make enough money to be free. And there's no honor in being poor. And there's no need for you to be poor. Doesn't matter what country you live in. Doesn't matter what you grew up as. If people made fun of you, if people make fun of you now, if you're too young, if you're too old, if you're too XYZ, doesn't matter. This is the beautiful thing about the market. This is the beautiful thing about capitalism. It doesn't matter where you're from, what your past is. You can make true change happen. You can provide real value to people out there, and you can make real money back that helps you acquire your own freedom. So when you say you're ready to take that step, you're ready to take that step into the tiny little bit of unknown. And if you want to become a successful online coach, service provider, or online consultant, I got something pretty cool for you. You can click that link down in the description below. And in that link, you can book a free consultation call, either with me personally or with an expert from my team. Okay, and then on that consulting call, we'll get you started. So if you already have a skill that you're really, really good in, and you want to have us help you how to monetize that, give us a call, book that call. But even if you don't know quite yet what it is that you want to do, you're not sure about your skills yet, give us a call nonetheless. We can analyze your strengths and we can point you into the right direction and can nonetheless get you started. Okay? So again, link in the description below or a link that appears somewhere right now. It brings you to that page. Read what's on that page because it's really important information. And then on the bottom of that page, you click a button where you can book the exact date and time where we will call you. It's entirely for free call, even if it's international. Don't worry about that. So take action. Don't let that freedom slip through your fingers. You're almost there. Let's make it happen. All right? Maybe talk to you very, very soon, and GG.